Hey guys, this is Eric from Media Figure Unboxing, and in this video we're going to take a look at the S.H.Figuarts Deadshot from Suicide Squad. I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with this one, so that's not wasting any more time. And here's the left of the box, here is the right of the box, and here's the back of the box. I really like the packaging, and let's bust this thing open and see what we got. And here we have the figure still during the packaging, and let's check out the figure itself. And here we have the figure itself, and honestly my first impression on this guy is actually pretty good. The sculpt is beautiful, the paintwork is really clean, and it does look like Will Smith. Of course this is very objective, but for 1/12 scale I think this is pretty good already. And in terms of quality control, Bandai did a really good job this time. And at least on my figure, I don't have any paint issues, the joints are really tight, and the whole figure feels really durable, and it's gonna last me a long time without anything breaking. And this is what I like about S.H.Figuarts. Even though they're more expensive, but you do get the quality assurance most of the time. And do let me know in the comments on what you guys think, but I feel like a lot of people don't understand the value or, just don't appreciate S.H.Figuarts. Sure, they're very expensive for a 1/12 scale figure, but like, what do you expect? They use very high quality materials, and we're paying a lot for the materials for sure, but I'd rather them do this than use some shitty material. But anyways, that is a little bit off topic. I do have one big issue with the figure, same with everybody else, is that none of the stuff on his body is removable. They're just for show. And I wouldn't even mind paying for a deluxe version where we can dual wield pistol or do some CQC with the knife, but we get none of that. But anyways, let's check out the articulation and see what we got. And for the articulation, let's quickly go over from the neck down. He can look up about this much, look down about this much, and he can turn his head no problem. And we actually have both the pop out shoulder and the butterfly, so that gives you a lot of range. You have bicep swivel, you can curl about this much, and let me just quickly show you guys, he can do the cross arm very, very easily, which I enjoy a lot. Yeah, that's very cool. And the ab crunch is almost non-existent due to the armor piece over here. You can remove this, but it's gonna look awkward. But as far as bending, this is as far as he can go, and he can bend backwards about this much. And you can move side to side, no problem. And we have the older pull-down joints, and you can swivel over here. You can bend about this much, and this is actually on a softened material, so you don't have to worry about this like chipping your paint or anything. And we have side-to-side pivot, and do have the toe hinge. And that's it for the articulation, and let's jump straight into the accessories. And for the accessories, we can start with the default face. Again, I think it does look pretty good, but you can always improve on this. And next up, we have the mask head, which looks super amazing, and I'm gonna keep this on. And next up, we have a pair of display open hands, which I don't think is too useful, but it's very nicely painted and sculpted. You can actually see the fingernails. This is the only use I can think of. And lastly, he came with a pair of hands for him to hold the gun, and we have the gun over here. It's very nicely painted and sculpted, and let's try this on. Here I have him assembled with a gun. It looks amazing, but the amount of stuff he came with is pathetic. I really wish they could have included a little bit more in here, but there's nothing we can do about that, and let's jump straight into the size comparison. And for the size comparison, let us start with the American IP S.H.Figuarts, and Deadshot is actually quite tall, which I think it looks pretty good. And next up, we have some Mexico 112. And then we have S.H.Figuarts Street Fighter figures and Amazing Yamaguchi Spider-Man and Venom. And then we have everybody's favorite S.H.Figuarts Dragon Ball figures. And then we have some S.H.Figuarts Naruto figures. And lastly, we have some Figma figures, and let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so for the final thoughts, despite the lack of accessories, I still think this is a pretty good figure. I know a lot of people are comparing this one with the Mayfex Deadshot, but personally, I just don't like Mayfex figure. Like, their plastic is just way too fragile, their joints are way too loose, and they always promise very good looking head sculpt and just turns out to be mediocre or even bad. But that is just my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, but this is Eric. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!